Today I'm going to be talking to y'all about Dunmurry Rice, which is the side that I used in the last Irish Curry Quesadilla recipe. So let's go ahead and get started. So Dunmurry rice is actually a really simple recipe. There's only 4 steps to make the rice, and there's only 3 steps to make the tomato that goes on the side. So I'm gonna walk you through those steps really quick, and then you too will be able to enjoy delicious Irish Dunmurry rice. So for this recipe, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have all your ingredients before you get started. So make sure you have some butter, a small onion, some converted or parboiled rice, some mushrooms sliced or whole, and some chicken stock or some broth. You'll also need parsley and salt and pepper. For your tomato side, you'll also need some medium tomatoes, more butter, some dry breadcrumbs, some grated Parmesan cheese, and some paprika. You'll take 1 small onion, and you'll prep 1 onion minced as finely as you can, or diced, however small you can get it. So for this dish, we want to mince our onion instead of dicing it. And the reason we want to do that is because when you mince an ingredient, you're making it much smaller. There's much more surface area for your taste buds to take in the flavors whenever you're eating it in the dish. And so the flavors come across much stronger whenever you cut ingredients into a smaller cut. And it also helps the ingredients to sort of blend away into the dish, so you can sort of hide things in a dish that maybe kids don't want to eat, or if you don't like an ingredient, you don't want to be reminded that's in it. That's a great technique for you to use for different ingredients like onions, garlic, ginger, different foods that sometimes people don't want to give a chance before they try the dish. So you'll take your 2 tablespoons of butter, melt it in a pan, and you'll add that onion, 1 cup of sliced mushrooms, and a cup of converted or parboiled rice to the pan. So you're not gonna wanna wash your rice because converted or parboiled rice doesn't have that layer of starch like white rice does. So washing it beforehand is just going to make it sticky or soggy, which is not what we want. We want it to be nice and crisp and browned and nutty, so don't wash your rice. So this recipe calls for browning your rice. Browning your rice means that you toast your rice before you let it start absorbing liquid. And you want to do that because that increases the nuttiness that you can get from the rice. And it'll go ahead and you'll cook those until both your onion and your rice are brown. That means that you're cooking them so that the butter sort of grills the outside of the rice and caramelizes the outside of the onion. And then once the rice has started to brown, you'll go ahead and you'll add 2.5 cups of chicken stock or 2.5 cups of broth and 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. And you'll salt and pepper to taste. You'll bring that mixture to a boil, and then once it's boiling, you'll reduce the heat to low and allow it to cook covered for 25 minutes or until all the liquid has been absorbed into the rice. While the rice is cooking and absorbing all that liquid, we're gonna go ahead and prepare some tomatoes that should go with this side. You'll take 3 tomatoes, medium size, and you'll split those in half. You'll combine 2.5 tablespoons of butter or 2 tablespoons of margarine, which you should have melted, with 1 tablespoon of grated Parmesan cheese and 1/2 cup of fine dry breadcrumbs. So you're mostly gonna add the paprika for color. I recommend 1 tablespoon. So you'll mix that together, and then you'll heat big spoonfuls of it with your hand or with a spoon on top of the tomato, so that whenever you put it in the oven and you put it on broil, 4 inches from the heat, so that'll be your top rack in the oven. It gets all nice and crispy, and it gives this counter crunchy texture to the softness of the tomato. And whenever your rice is done cooking, you'll make sure that you mix it all together to make sure everything's evenly spread out in your dish, plate it with your tomato on the side, and enjoy with whatever dish you're eating it with. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said in the Irish Curry Quesadilla video, the next video is going to be how to create a dyed deviled egg. And so we're going to go through how to use different food items to replace artificial food coloring so that you can get different colors, pink and orange and blue and different things for your deviled eggs for your Easter parties without using artificial coloring. Since it's going to be something you're going to have to eat, it's going to have to soak in the dye for a while to get the proper coloring and look that you're going for. So I hope you look forward to that. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to make sure you don't miss that video, and I'll see you in the next video.